And welcome back to Crypto Hulk Show. All right. We had some problems with the video in the chat. YT is in there fucking with it. So I had to log off, get back in and all that. Games. Typical games. But what else is new? Welcome back to the show. Let me see who the first 5 people are today. Well, I can't get to that. So, I mean, for some reason the chat moved down. Maybe if I log in as a guest, let me try to do that. No, okay. I can't do the who's the first 5 people today. Fucker. Okay. Let's get in here. Let me check the comments here real quick. I was first, says Mark E. First 10. Marky. We got Kitch J. Thank you very much, Kitch, for the tax-free donation to the channel. Perfect. The government doesn't get it. They don't even deserve it. And YT doesn't get shit from that. If any, oh, by the way, sometimes people want to join to be a $500 a month member. If you want, I prefer this way with that much. Do that in a donation and then contact me on Twitter X, and then I'll check my my YouTube account, and I'll make sure that you are who you are and this and that. So rather than going on the channel and signing up for membership, just do it as a donation. Get with me on the Twitter X, and that way the government doesn't get shit. So some people are like, they don't want to get a membership, and I understand. They'd rather just maybe donate, right? Look, I'm not telling you one way or the other with the lower amounts, but some of these whales and stuff that are coming in, just rather than giving YT 30% of my money, just drop a donation like that, and then you'll have access to the Crypto Hulk. Pretty much, hey, the other night, somebody texted me. It was important about buying a crypto or whatever. It was 10:30 at night. I was awake. I took the call. So it can be like that. I mean, when you pay that $500, you get access to whatever, man. I usually probably don't go to sleep till 10:30-ish, 10:45, and I'm up at 5:15. So if you're calling during those hours, I'll probably pick it up more than likely. Okay. So they did like the Twitter X phone call thing, and was on that or was it on Facebook? I think it was on Twitter. And whatever it was, they texted me and I got back to them and stuff. So anyhow, all right. My name's Crypto Hawk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. I just find information and give it to you. You decide what you want to do. You want to buy a crypto or not, whatever. I don't care. Don't do anything I tell you to do. Don't sell anything. Don't buy anything. Just sit on your hands and just watch the show. Every single show I get high as I can. Right before the show, I take all kinds of illicit drugs. So I'm under the influence currently right now, and every single show I've done, cold plunge, whatever it is. So if you've interpreted anything as financial advice, you're fucked. And currently right now, this is not Crypto Hulk. I'm an AI version of Crypto Hulk. He's in the other room watching TV. All right. Now we got that dumb shit out of the way. Marky's like, why the hell would I buy anything you say? All right. Man, today's been so fucking busy. I've been up at 5:15. I've had like maybe 30 minutes of downtime. That's it, the whole fucking time. I'm like, shit, dude. What is this fucking 12 hours later? Son of a bitch. Eric Goldsmith. Thank you very much for the tax-free donation there, buddy. All right. Let me look here. No tax on tips. Right. So anytime you want to make a donation, all that stuff, like Eric Goldsmith's donation, he's a regular giver, and none of that shit the government doesn't get, and YT doesn't get that shit either. Now, if it's a membership, YT will take like 30% or whatever it is. I think 25 or something. But I'm not discouraging either way. Just whatever you want to do. Excuse me. Whatever you want to do works for me. All right. Or watching commercials. So watching extra commercials for you, says Cushell. That's another way. Just watch the commercials. Or now I can't tell you this, so don't do this, but like just let a whole hour episode rip after you watch it. Turn the volume down. I make fucking money. Okay. I mean, I'll make commercial money, and that's cool. Some money is better than no money. So if you're in a real tight financial situation, oh, do this. Now, I mean, don't do this. Don't do this. Whew. Don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. Don't just hit start and just let my videos just play all night. Or you go on a vacation for like a month, you let all the Crypto Hulk videos play, like cash out with a ton of commercial money. Don't do that, though. That would be wrong. All right. Let's start right here. D-dollarization. I think I might have went over this. I know I made a short video, but this is a short little article, and I will do a copy paste. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Now what we got here is de-dollarization. So when in America, when President Biden was president, everybody was talking about de-dollarization. It was crazy. Now all of a sudden Trump gets in, and these countries, according to this watcher guru, de-dollarization fails. 60% of the world transacts in the US dollar. Now, I'll make this real quick and painless. This article here, they were talking about, BRICS is coming in, and Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Then they added 15 or 20 more, and they're going to leave the dollar and all these things. And you know what? I don't really care, okay? Because this new currency, it's called XRP, XLM, XDC. Look at the ISO cryptos, HBAR and all this shit. That is going to be the currencies that are going to facilitate world money transfers. Now, you've got Chinese money that accounts for 3%. Let me check my show. I got to check my show all the time now because YT cuts it off. Chinese money represents 3% of all the global money used. So America has 20 times the amount of currency in use than Chinese money. Now I'm going to stop that article right there, and I'm going to show you Ripple China. All right. Now this is when YT is probably going to start cutting off the channel. You'll see. Because this is a real sensitive topic that I'm talking about right meow. Why does this do that? Okay. Look at that one right there. What we got, let me go. Now, if we go to the 31-second mark, you'll see Ripple China, okay? And that's what, there are so many. Okay, what you're looking at here is this. I have the 2014 Ripple customer list. And what you're looking at is Ripple Fox, Ripple China, and so forth. China has like 300 wallet addresses. China is by far the biggest Ripple partner in 2014. There are a ton of wallet addresses and business deals that Ripple had with China. Stephen Morris, the Really Tech. Okay, we'll talk about the Really Tech and get that shit out of the way. All right. Here's one of the problems. Now I'm not saying this to be disrespectful, but certain cryptos are highly volatile. Okay. Really Tech is one of those that shoot up 1,400% in a day. Now, when it does that, nobody says anything bad about it. It's all woohoo. But then when it drops 500%, oh man, rug pull. And then, but those same people are the same ones that can't find it. So they got to go, how do you buy this? How do you buy this? I told a friend and he finds it like immediately. Okay. Those are people that know what they're doing. Okay. So you're somebody that can't find it. I'm not putting down Stephen Morris. I'm just speaking in general. If you're somebody that can't find out how to buy certain kinds of cryptos, don't buy them because that's not your skill ability. So what you're going to do is get wrecked, okay? Some people, when you get into a crypto, you have to understand, if you can't even find it, don't buy it, okay? Because you're like in over your head. You're buying something that you don't even know where to buy it, and you're like just all blind, like, okay? That's not what you should do. Now, I put cryptos out there that I find. Cryptos are cryptos. Whether they're good or bad, it doesn't matter. Crypto is a crypto. You can make a ton off it, like meme coins. You can make a ton or lose a ton. Not necessarily. Unless you leverage yourself, then you're just fucking stupid. So, if I give you a crypto and you can't find it, don't buy it. Because that means you're in over your head. James Haggard, thank you very much for that tax-free donation there, buddy. And then same thing to Stephen Morris. Thank you very much for the tax-free. Someone wants to... I'll tell you where to buy it in a minute. So here's the deal. Then you got Robert Russell. Welcome to the entry-level membership program. You can go to Phantom Wallet, PH. Let me type it out. Phantom Wallet. That's PHANTOM Wallet, or www.pump.fun. Scrim de la Creme, thank you for the tax-free donation. Axelar and Albridge, both up. Crypto Hulk on a roll. Now look, okay. I'm not on a roll. If I give you advice, okay, if I show a crypto like Really Tech, and then the next day it goes up 1,500%, you just 15 extra money. If you put in $1,000, you just made 15 grand. Now you got an option. You can pull it out right away. I mean, look, this all comes down to you. It doesn't come down to me. A crypto is just a crypto. It does what it does, good or bad, okay? You've got to know how you want to handle it. If you get something like Really Tech and it shoots up 1,400% in a day, if you sell it all off and you put in $1,000, you just made $14,000. The average investment, go to H&R, go to one of these investment places and say, hey, on average, how much money do your little funds get? And that'll be 15 or maybe 20% or whatever. When you're making 1,400% in a day, you probably just made 50 years, okay? You got to start thinking about this shit. So you're going to let it sit in there, and then when it dumps, that's the crypto's fault. It's just how the crypto is. So you got to determine, do I want to long-term this? when it hits a certain you got to figure out your threshold. Okay, you got to be. So that's what I'm saying. If you can't find a crypto, don't fucking buy it because you're not sophisticated enough to trade. Okay. If I hear of a crypto and it's on pump.fun, that kind of tells you something like it's a little sketchy, but you could make a fuck ton or lose whatever you put in. If you put in $500, you might just lose it. Or then again, you could make 5,000 or 7,500 bucks overnight by putting it. I mean, see, that's up to you. You have to determine if you're going to long-term this motherfucker. Maybe you put in $500 and it drops to $20, and a year or two later, boo, it takes off. I don't know. You have to determine. If I tell you something like the Really Tech did, and it fucking goes up 1,400%, sell off, don't sell off. I mean, this is all you. Okay, it depends. Some people sold out right away. Some people I know put in 1,000 and made. That's why I'm saying this. They made 15 grand overnight. I'm just telling you, people I know. Now, one guy I think put it in and probably it went down. I don't know how much. I mean, it went up 1,500%. I don't think it went down 1,500, but whatever. If it goes down 500, look. If it goes down 1,500, it went up 15, down 50, whatever it is. Okay? I mean, that's on you. I can't tell you. I'm not a financial advisor. I just tell you about a crypto, and you could make a fuck ton of money on it depending on what you do. Stu Lavelle says, be prepared to lose the lot on this shit. Risky on anything early. So, I mean, that comes down to then you got to buy the right exchange. Maybe certain exchanges you can't put in sell orders. Maybe it's a real basic exchange. It's like old school. You buy the shit and you can't set up a sell points or whatever. That's on you. And all that. I give information, and if people know what they're doing, you can make a fuck ton of money. I know people that made 15 grand off this overnight. They're like, dude, right on. They only wanted to put in 1,000. What if the guy put in 5 grand? Times 15, that's like 75, 80,000 bucks overnight on $5,000. Whew, shit. So it's not me. It's just the crypto. It's what it is. If you can't handle losing it all, don't put any money into it. When you invest, you have to accept, I'm going to lose all this money. And then if you walk away with a lot, then great. But I mean, there's nothing that says you're going to make money on crypto. None of this shit. All the stuff I got in crypto, I'm not over invested. I got more money in gold and silver than I do crypto. So if crypto just goes belly up and we don't get nothing, I got gold and silver. That's why I'm preparing for gold and silver to hit 10,000 an ounce. Either way, I'm going to buy a house in cash. Okay. Either from the crypto, I could probably buy a super fucking big house for like 10 to 15 million. But if I lose all the crypto and all the shit goes bad, I'm still getting a house, but it's not going to be a $15 million house. So you have to not over leverage your crypto. Okay. You need to take a financial class and figure out all this shit and how to invest and all these things. My show is just to teach. I just teach you about a crypto. If you want to invest in it, that's on you. You better know how to invest because you could win it all or you could lose it all, depending on what you do. Alrighty then. So in this little video that I made, let's look at this real quick. Copy. So I'm not getting any more investment questions. That shit's over. We'll do that another day. I mean, you can ask the questions. I ain't answering them. Okay. Okay. So what we got is China, Ripple China, and that's in the 31 seconds. So what I do is I have a list of 2014 of all the Ripple customers, and that's Ripple China right there. And if you go to the 39-second mark of that video, you got Ripple China 2013, CNY. What CNY stands for is Chinese Yuan. Ripple USA. I gotta check my channel because they're trying to turn the shit off. Okay. I gotta check it like every minute. Ripple China was made by Ripple. Like when Ripple first started, 2013. Do you understand? Like, that's a security violation. So somehow our government in the United States is working with Ripple, because can you explain how I have 4, 5, 6, 7 kinds of evidence? You can look up on the XRP ledger. If you have the wallet address, I'm not going to show it now. If it's there, it's there. But you can look it up. And it'll say Ripple China, 2013. And that's when you go to Ripple Las Vegas and raise your hand and say, hey, Crypto Hulk has the 2014 Ripple customer list. And on there it says Ripple China. And there's like 300 wallets. Can you explain that? And then there's Ripple Russia. And they have a wallet. And can you please explain Z Payment? How, could you please explain, David Schwartz, how Ripple had a relationship with Russia where they gave the government with Z Payment Ripple on and off ramp? I'm just kind of curious on how that doesn't violate national security of the United States. Now, hold up. Right there. Let's see. Go to the 44-second mark. In the 44-second mark, you'll see Ripple Chinese Forum, Ripple Chinese Community, Ripple's or China's Best Ripple Communication. Then you'll see some called Ripple Dividend, where they're paying IOUs. Okay, all this stuff. Then there's a Ripple Tutorial. Okay, all this is from China. Okay. And what I'm trying to show you here, and I'm going to wrap it up. You can watch the video on your own, the rest of it. What I'm trying to show you here is that China and these news articles are talking about people D-dollarization and all that. Look, that shit don't even matter. We're going to have a new money, okay? And it's a whole new money system is coming. Just because they get rid of the dollar doesn't mean the United States won't have dominance, okay? Understand that. Just because they're not using what we call the US dollar, the US dollar, there's a new form of currency coming. And I don't know the name of it, what they're going to call it and all this stuff, but I know that Ripple is right there because China, I just showed you the 2013 Ripple China. So they're already using the new form of money. It's the CNY. And they can get rid of the dollar. It doesn't even matter. They're already using this money. All these countries, Indonesia, China, they have private ledgers. They've been using it and it's all done. I'm showing you how China had it in 2013. That's like 12 years ago. And then it was like 2019 when China announced, oh, we have a digital money. And everybody in the world's like, oh, damn, China has. But guess who made it? Ripple. You don't hear this from any other channel. I've totally exposed all this. Now, one person can challenge me. I've got the Ripple customer list. I can click on the things and it pops up China, and it's all in Chinese and stuff. I have it all. Ripple is some kind of a company that the government started. I don't have all the answers on how they do all this stuff, but I just have the evidence, and there you go. Now, Russia. They're talking about the Russian economy could collapse. You know, whether it does or not, or whether this is propaganda, I'm just reporting news. I don't really give a fuck, honestly. What I'm going to show you is, again, Russia is a Ripple partner. So let's take a look what we got here. Here's the article. Russia economy could collapse completely in 2025 as vital oil exports are hammered. Russia's economy could collapse completely in 2025 as its vital oil supplies and exports are hit with sanctions and drone strikes, and expert warned Ukraine is known to target Russian oil refineries in its attacks. They're talking about Western sanctions on Russia. Like, we've shut down the country pretty good, okay? Russia's trying to, like, play it off like, oh, everything's fine, there ain't no problem, everybody's lying. Well, how is that when no one's trading with them? Like, you can use credit cards for so long, but then it's like you don't have any money and they shut you off, okay? So what we have here is Russia. When Russia collapses, I have the Ripple customer list, and guess who's on that list? Russia. Let's take a look for fun, okay? I'm going to show you how this thing unfolds. Russia and these other countries are going to have some kind of financial crisis, whether it's a hack. maybe we've got Russia and China going to flip a switch at the same time and use crypto. So there's the Russian article right there. Go to the 27-second mark. Take a look at that one. 27 seconds. Here we go. This is Ripple Russia, 27-second mark, and you get, okay, right there you can see the actual Ripple. If you take that wallet address, write it down on a piece of paper, and then put it into what they call XRP scan. XRP and then SCAN. You'll get to look at the actual Ripple ledger. You type that in, and guess what it's going to say? Ripple RU. You know what that is? Russia. Right there. I've already shown, sometimes I'll get my my phone out, and I'll show you guys the Ripple what do you call it? Ripple customer list. And I'll do a little video and show you, and I'll click on the thing. We already did that about 2-3 weeks ago with Russia. And there was a little movie, and it played the Ripple movie in Russian. So this is all legitimate. Russia is a partner of Ripple, okay? Now, if we put this little video a little more forward, go to the go to the 28-second mark. 28-second mark, you'll see a Ripple logo, and it says Ripple, and then RU. That's Russia. If you look down below, there's a little video there that I would play for you guys. It's all in Russian. It's like, that's the proof. Ripple is not a company. It's a government agency, all right? Pretending to be a company. See, nobody has this. So that's why no other channel's talking like this. Because they don't have this evidence. I'm showing you right here, Black Ops. Jersey Kathy said Black Ops. It's all Black Ops. That's why my channel gets so hammered by YT and shit, because I have the evidence that nobody else has. I'm like, this is truly amazing how I found it. The universe wants you to know the good, you know, there's good and bad in the universe. Ripple is like the mob. Yeah. Now look right here, what I just showed you. You got something called Z payment. Z payment. You can watch my other video I just gave you, but this video here, this picture here shows Z payment. It was started in 2007. My other video shows all this. I'm not going over it. Z payment started in 2007. What does that mean? Russia had a cryptocurrency network in 2007. It's called Z payment. Okay? It's a closed system. Nobody can just join it. You have to, like the members only club, you have to, the players club, you got to have a players club card to get in. And if you look on the left side under news, it says January 9th, 2014. What does that say? Ripple Gateway. And it talks about XRP. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. Now, this is like 2014. This isn't 2007. The Z payment system started in 2007. Ripple showed up 2014. So, no other channel has this. But what I'm showing you here is Russia hooked up with an American fintech company called Ripple, which is really the United States government. And they hooked up Russia with XRP and gave them an on and an off ramp to the XRP ledger. Ta-da! Only on Crypto Hulk Show will you see such fascinating things, okay? Now, this is important to know because the world system is going to run on XRP. Now, I can't speak on the other cryptos. I'm not saying they're not going to run on them. I'm an XRP-centric channel. Maybe if I focused on XLM, I'll tell you what, there's something with XRP. And then I think Jed McCaleb had a personality conflict, or the government fucked him over. That's what I really believe. Jed had good intentions to help people. That's what I really think from studying. I studied a little bit about the Jed guy, and I think he was definitely a genius. He was definitely a leader. He invented something. I think he was inducted in. He got in from somebody with a 3-letter agency at UC Berkeley. And they recruited him. And I think they played him out. They made him think that, yeah, we want a new currency to help get rid of the banks or whatever. And he gave them all this. And they flipped it and said, nope, the banks are going to use it, actually. Thanks for doing this. Bye. And I think they kicked him out. I believe he was under non-disclosure agreement. I'm just making all this up. But I did find half of this stuff's true and the other half's I just kind of make so it sounds like a good story. But they used to use like GitHub and stuff, and they'd pull talent off of GitHub through the 90s and 2000s and stuff, late 90s, 2005, 10, and all that. They grab these people from these GitHub bulletin board things and then have them work for the government to create what we know as Ripple today. And so, yeah, that's kind of like from what I've studied and put together on stuff that happened. But, yeah, I don't have all these answers. And sometimes it's kind of depressing when I think about it but that's who made Bitcoin too. It's the government. You know, and these people that like Michael Saylor and the Bitcoin maxis and these people that go to like XRP Las Vegas and shit, it's all the government. It's a way that they're going to end up controlling us. How they get the buy-in? They get the buy-in because if they give you a little bit of money, if everybody just makes a little bit of money, then everyone's like, woohoo, you know, go Ripple. They're a cheerleader for Ripple and shit, and the government just laughing. Like, these dumb schmucks are actually going to a Ripple Las Vegas. Like, Ripple's the government. They're creating a payment system to make everybody slaves. And these motherfuckers are cheering for us. And they're like, damn, we are good at what we do, right? And I'm just telling you, that's how it is. Alrighty then. Let's go Ripple. You want to be a Ripple cheerleader? So some of you guys need to like spray paint your hair a little bit purple or put some ribbons in it and put on some cheek blush and get a mini skirt. And then have a shirt that says Ripple and have some pom-poms and then go to Ripple Las Vegas and be cheerleaders for Ripple, you know. Go David Schwartz. Woohoo! Oh my God, that would be hilarious. Make sure you take video of that shit. I'll post it on my channel. Oh, Nick Loshivavo. There you have it, folks. XRP was owned by a couple nerds from GitHub. Pretty close. Because I was reading the old GitHub. Look, I have access to all this Ripple shit. And about 2.5 years ago, I did all this research. Maybe 3. But about 2.5. And I was reading the GitHub bulletin boards. And it's like these people were talking to each other from all around the world, sharing ideas on how to build a crypto. And then what would happen intermittently is people would just poof disappear on the bulletin boards. So then other tech nerds from around the world were like, hey, have you seen Jimmy? We were working on this project here and we needed this part of the component. They disappear. These people just disappeared. And then what these nerds do is that anytime a patent goes through the United States Patent Office, the nerds look up patents. So one of them's like, hey, we were working on that patent. And then Jimmy disappeared, and now it's in the government patent office. Aha. See how that shit works? So then I started figuring out, oh, the 3-letter agencies have people posted in colleges, and they make friends with a really smart kid or something. And there's different ways to get information. Some of them invite them like, hey, Jimmy fell down the wall. It's very possible. And they recruit the people. I kind of just saw that from reading the GitHub posts from 2013, 14 and shit. And I was like, whoa. So they got offices at colleges. Some of the teachers are really government agents at Stanford, mainly Stanford and Berkeley. A lot of big time stuff going on with that. But anyhow, VeChain was given a patent by the U.S. government, huh? That's interesting. All right. Next article. Oh, you're going to love this one. Here we go. Ripple and we got BNY Mellon, America's oldest bank. This is a good article. Paste. There you go. All right. This is the first time this has ever happened. Here we go. The clearinghouse. BNY Mellon makes the largest instant payment in history. Oh, man. Now, the clearinghouse, I'll show you who their partner is here in a minute. BNY Mellon, Ripple partner, of course. The clearinghouse said it transmitted the largest instant payment in United States history. Are you hearing this? The $10 million payment was made by BNY Mellon. They also use Fireblocks, by the way. Fireblocks for crypto custody, and that's who Caleb and Brown uses as well. Just saying. Meanwhile, you put all your stuff in here. Oh, not good. Not a good idea. The $10 million payment was made by BNY Mellon. Let me go back to the article because I had to check. The Clearinghouse Real-Time Payment Network. According to Monday, February press release, it came one day after RTP transaction limit increased from 1 to 10 million. I want you to see what's going on. Real-time payments is like this massive conglomerate that helps make payments in the world. And the biggest banks of the world join this to help payments transfer. Normally, the biggest amount of payment is $1 million. And they could send like a million, right? Real fast. Now, 10 million. All this is happening because Ripple has the XRP, okay? It's designed for high-value payments. This landmark payment from Computer Share highlights the growing demand for higher value instant payments. It's not Bitcoin, it's not Ethereum, folks. Just thought I'd put that out there. Now let's take a look at this article here, and you will see that BNY Mellon is a Ripple partner. Not Ethereum, not Bitcoin, okay? I don't care how much Bitcoin costs. I don't care how much Ethereum costs. I follow fundamental news. This article right here, Ripple and BNY Mellon partner to what? Revolutionize asset tokenization. Oh, shit. This is September 2024. Not Ethereum, not Bitcoin. Next, Ripple, here's your connection with the clearinghouse. Let me try to copy and paste this, if I can do it. Copy, and here's your paste. Right there. What do we got? Ripple partner, FIS, teams up with the clearinghouse to set up payments for U.S. banks. Let's do, hold on a second. I'm going to show you guys right now who is FIS, because Ripple partners with FIS. They are the largest payment company in the world. Let me show you something here. Not Bitcoin, not Ethereum. I don't care how much those cost. We follow fundamental news and facts here. FIS is Fidelity Information System Services. You might have heard of Fidelity. It says, in 2019, Fidelity became the largest processing and payments company in the world. The biggest. This is in the second paragraph right here. FIS, Ripple partner, became the largest processing and payments. See, FIS is using Ripple payment to process. They are the number one in the world now. They used to be number two. In 2016, Ripple comes along in 2013, 14, 15 officially. I want to know what ranking Fidelity was in 2013. Maybe one of you guys can look this up. I don't know if it shows. I want to know who the biggest payment provider was in 2015, 2014, and 13. Maybe the top 10 payment providers, because I don't have time to do this right now. But you got Fidelity comes in. Ripple hits the scene in 2015. Ripple hits the scene in 2015. They pass the Ripple settlement agreement with the government. 2016, that next year, FIS becomes number 2 payment provider in the world. And then it wasn't until 3 years later in 2019 that Fidelity becomes #1 payment system in the world. Very interesting. Okay. Now, this article here, Ripple Partner FIS, they're saying this article is from 2020. Now, remember, just because you read an article doesn't mean that shit happened right then. Fidelity could have been a Ripple partner back in 2016 and not told anybody until 2020. Okay? So just be aware of that. Now, I want to show you something real interesting here. I did a little deep dive, of course, because that's what I do. Now, let's look up the clearinghouse. Let's take a little looky-loo here. Hold on a minute. So, the clearinghouse. We know FIS is a partner of the clearinghouse. FIS is #1 in the world. FIS and Ripple officially made a partnership in 2020. So that was 4 years ago. Now let's look up the clearinghouse. If we take it back to go down to history, because I like studying history. Well, the clearinghouse has a lot of members. JP Morgan, Ripple partner. Bank of America, Ripple partner. Citigroup, Ripple partner. Bank of New York, Mellon, Ripple partner. Wells Fargo, Ripple partner. So right now, the people that kind of own the clearinghouse are all Ripple partners. I mean, this whole list, almost all these banks here, I'm going to say all these banks. It shows membership. It shows like, what, 15 banks or something? They're all Ripple partners that I see. That's interesting. But when did this bank start? 1853. Go under history. Go under where it says history. Starts talking about the New York Clearinghouse. I like studying history. I like to know how things work historically. I don't like to know how phones work and computers. That shit bores the fuck out of me. I'm more interested in people. How did people like get things going and start and all that? Let's look here at the clearinghouse. The history of it is 1853. A bunch of kind of half banks got together. Somebody grabbed some gold, put it in a vault, and they called it the clearinghouse. These big banks would work together. Well, they grew and they got more advanced. And in 1913, the Federal Reserve, here we go now. This is where it gets very important. The Federal Reserve of the United States took their technology and formed the Federal Reserve. It was in New York when this happened. Okay? It was in New York, and the Federal Reserve starts this project. Now, I'm going to show you here, Ripple Labs, early partner, 2014, the Federal Reserve in New York. Let me show you this. Nobody else has this, just me. Right here, if you go to the 19-second mark, the video I just sent you, 19-second mark. What do you see at the top left? Ripple Labs. Underneath that, meet the team. If you look through this list, you'll see NASA, the Space Administration. That's interesting. The New York Fed. Oh, snap, Crypto Hope. See, I want to tell you something. This is just what I believe from the information and all the just coincidences. But what I really feel is Ripple is somehow part of a five families of the world that control the world and all the federal banks. I'm not going to mention that family's name. You guys already know. Stu LaBelle gave 5 memberships. We will wait for those to populate here in a second. Let me finish my thought. So what I believe is this. I don't have 100% evidence on all this stuff, but I got some pretty damn good convincing coincidences from what I've seen over 5 years. Ripple's always in the room. Whenever all the powerful people in the world meet in Davos and this and that, Brad Garlinghouse is over there kicking it, smiling and cheesing for the camera. And it's like, how is he always in that room? Why isn't anybody else in those rooms? I've seen the pictures. You got the top biggest 20 banks or countries in the world, and Brad Garlinghouse is right there kicking it, shaking hands and smiling. How is that for a startup company? And I'm talking back in 2015, 16, 17. Ripple just started. Ripple's a startup company, right? How do they end up in the same room with all the Bank of Abu Dhabi? How the fuck does that happen? Everybody, Ripple is not a company, okay? It's a front. It's a front organization. It's when you have a restaurant in the 1930s and prohibition's going on. They're not letting. My grandpa did this. He owned many restaurants. He was a gangster. He was actually an OG, if you want to call it that. Grandpa was an OG. That's what my dad told me. He's got evidence of stuff. Everybody knew Grandpa carried a gun to work. Well, why you do that? Anyhow, the family and stuff told my dad, and my dad told us. My mom got mad. My father was not a gangster. Okay. Arthur L. gave 5 members. Let me get to Stu Lavelle. Stu Lavelle gave 5 people memberships. Michael Klinger got a membership by Stu Lavelle. And then we got Mark Lacey. Patrick Tomo got a membership by Stu Lavelle. Yvonne Bristow got a membership by Stu Lavelle. And Ryan Hayes. Congratulations. Yeah, and I won't say family. Arthur L. got a membership. Arthur L. gave 5 memberships to Miracle Man, the Black Sheep, still there. DS1090, Technologies 2011. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There you go. 5 brave, brand new souls. So, what we got going on here is that where Ripple is always there. Like, they were there from day one. They got people working for the Federal Reserve that quit and go work for them. NASA, the space administration. Look, man, Ripple is not this company. And Ripple, they're having all the theatrics with the court. I don't even know if any other agency in the government even knows that Ripple is the government. It might be that secret where, but I do know this. There is a division in our government that is secret. And I'm thinking Homeland Security might have found out, because they investigated, Homeland Security investigated the 4 Satoshi. They found out there was 4 Satoshis and not 1. And they did an investigation, and they dropped it right after that. I think there was a agency that was creating XRP and all this stuff, and Homeland found out. And they're like, oh, we didn't even know about this agency. I think it's a matter of national security. I think they don't talk about it. I think it's a secret division of some. Maybe the Treasury has a secret government division within itself. I don't know. But we do have the video of Homeland finding the 4 Satoshis in California, and all of a sudden we just never find out who they are. Very interesting. And Ripple is like the mob, played by the rules and was completely legal. Oh, that's what they call the U.S. government. So very interesting. These kind of things I bring up here. I wanted to show you, for those of you that are out there, I'm an affiliate for Caleb and Brown. If you're brand new, wanted to show you this. We do a copy and a paste. They are a broker, a crypto broker, and they buy and sell crypto. That's all they do. They don't store it. Fireblocks stores the crypto. So we just got done talking about BNY Mellon, right? Being a Ripple partner. Think about it like this. Why does BNY Mellon use Fireblocks for custody. Aren't they a BNY Ripple partner? Ripple has their own custodial. Maybe BNY has both. I don't know. Ripple has Medico. That's who does custody. But Fireblocks use and BNY Mellon, they're working together. I just thought that was interesting. But for my crypto, I've got a hardware wallet, and I have half of my crypto there and the other half in Caleb and Brown. The reason is Caleb Brown has institutional grade custody. They take your wallet and, let's say, break it up into 4 parts. Your wallet has all 24 passphrases on one wallet, okay? In Caleb Brown, they break it up into 4. So you got 6666, okay? If somebody were to break into Caleb Brown, number one, there's no crypto stored there, so you can't steal crypto. That's number one. And number two, if you get the keys, you're only getting 6 out of 24 keys. Then you have to break into Fireblocks, but then guess what? They only have 6 of your keys. So then you got to find another business that has the other 6, and the other one has the other 6, and then you can steal the crypto. So you don't have to go through all that with this. So if you're a criminal, are you going to spend all your time trying to bust into Fireblock? No, man, you're going after something quick. You got a quantum computer, you're going to hit this quick, okay? Boom. What next wallet? Boom, next wallet. You're not going to sit there spending hours or days trying to break into Fireblocks. You're going to go for the quick money and liquidate that shit immediately. That's what criminals do. Now, you can choose to have this. That's A-okay. I'm choosing to have it too. And if or when my Ledger wallet is hacked, I've just lost half my crypto, okay? I just want you guys to be aware. If you want to put 100% in, then if and when we have a quantum attack, you will lose everything, okay? So lately, about 4 months ago, I decided, you know what? I'm taking half my stuff and putting it into institutional. BNY Mellon, America's oldest bank from the 1880s. Well, no, 1780s. Yeah, 1788 or something. Uses Fireblocks. Banks don't use these. You and me do, okay? That's not as safe as institutional custody. So the reason I have Caleb Brown is because I realized late in the game that I need stronger. I've been seeing all these quantum attacks happening, or I've been seeing all these attacks going. The Treasury gets hacked into. And I'm like, oh, shit. So that's when I decided, I need to put my stuff in the same thing. All wallets, air gap. Okay, let me repeat. All, A-L-L, all wallets, A-L-L, okay? They're not institutional grade. So I'm using Caleb Brown because what they do again is they take your 24 passphrase. One person has 6 of those phrases. Another person has 6. The other one has 6. No wallet is like that. No wallet can withstand a quantum computer attack. Now, if they get into Fireblocks, like I said, they only got 1/4 of your passphrases. They're not all there. All wallets have it all in one. That's the difference. So, just letting you know. I mean, at least do half, for God's sakes. Don't put all your shit in just one wallet. Put it in a wallet and use the Caleb Brown for the other half, and you're good to go. Some people think, well, I'm going to use a trust wallet, and then this is the same. Okay, all wallets. You not get that? Air gap, this gap, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. That's why over 1,800 banks use Fireblocks. They don't buy this shit, okay? Otherwise, they do that. So there you have it. Oi. Let me check some comments. Somebody's getting blocked here. Okay. get rid of this person. Okay. I'm just looking through here, helping to take out the trash. This person keeps asking the same question. We're going to have to get them off the channel. He keeps asking the same channel, so let's get him off there. All right. Yeah, those two guys are gone. All right. I think that'll be it for the show, and that's faux show. Get them bots out of here. Yeah. All right. That'll be it for today's program. I got to work on a tomorrow program. How much? I got one article. So I got to go to work and find some news for tomorrow morning. And that'll conclude today's show. There you have it. We kind of covered a bunch of different subjects here. Thanks for keeping us informed with true news and your views. That'll be it. Thank you, Hulk. Do hard stuff. Said Turbo Fuckery. I'll see y'all 6:30 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. If I can find the news, I'll be up early with yous.